One of the experiences of the prophets, when God wants to catch you up, he sends that volcano in your spirit. When last did you sense the volcano? When last was there an eruption in your spirit? If you miss prayer summons, you will never be invited into heaven. Are you there in Revelation 4? And after this I looked, and behold, a door was open in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, "Come up hither." That's what we call a summon. Now, how many of you know the experience when God wants you to pray? Do you know how it feels? That's a summon. It's spiritual language. It's only your spirit that knows what is being said. It's a summon. The real meaning of that experience is come up hither. Most of you that God calls and you refuse to respond to summons, what will happen is it might take 10 years before you are summoned again. First of all, you need to begin to respect prayer summons before you now have a heavenly summon. Prayer summons. The volcano in you will erupt and you know it. Then even if you are in the office, even if you are in a board meeting, they allow people to use the toilet. It's allowed. You excuse them and go into the toilet and open your spirit. Yeah. And allow ventilation to take place. If you allow that for 20 minutes, you can trap the dimension of heaven in your spirit throughout that meeting, so that when the meeting ends, you can go find out exactly what the summon was about. If you miss prayer summons, you will never be invited into heaven. That's a summon, because it's one of the experiences of the prophets. When God wants to catch you up, he sends that volcano in your spirit. When last did you sense the volcano? When last was there an eruption in your spirit? When last did you hear the sound, the wave, the thunder, the tempest? Because in the realm of God, there are strange sounds. Strange sounds. Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. This is what we call a heavenly summon. Before you experience a heavenly summon, you would have experienced hundreds of prayer summons. I will show you that in the days of Micaiah, those prophets that were prophesying fake things, they were still prophets. Because if you understand the story behind the scene, those guys were picking frequencies and they were prophesying it. But they did not know that the frequency they were picking was not from God. Those frequencies had left heaven. Those frequencies were in the spirit realm, and they were picking it from the realm and prophesying. In that day, the man that came to the rescue did not only know how to prophesy, but he was coming from a heavenly summon, so he could tell what utterance was false. The prophetic height has changed. It will come by summons now, not just by prophecy. It will come from men that have seen the visual environment of the place of heaven. Men that understand the cry, come up hither, come up hither. You've been on the ground for too long. That's why you've been battling with scorpions and serpents, battling with crocodiles, earthbound beasts. Meanwhile, the Bible speaks about the possibility of mounting up with wings like the eagles into the high places of God. So he said, come up hither. So there was a summon. The quiet summons of God. When the Holy Spirit wants you to stand erect. If you are in a military cantonment, you'll be told how to walk. Their own walking is marching. In the school of the Spirit, you'll be told how to stand. Yeah. Sleep wants to embrace you, and then you hear the summon. The summon will come when it's not convenient at all. When your flesh has gained mastery. Your flesh has said, oh my God, it's time to. Then the summon. If you obey the summon, then you are a soldier of Christ. And you are worthy of the heavenly summon. You have not learned how to do the march past, and you want to fight skillfully in war. You have not learned the drill of discipline, how to survive beyond your human will, to get your will surrendered to the will of God, so that God will be the one on display in your life.